It's the NFL Draft, but instead of your normal NFL Draft prospects, the prospect pool is filled with NFL legends. As once we start this fantasy draft, you're gonna see something like never before.
Eat corn and get RBT to 1 million subscribers by Christmas. Eat your corn. Love your corn. But you need to get RBT to 1 million subscribers by Christmas.
But hopefully you guys do enjoy today's Madden 21 scientific video, and if you do, make sure to smash a huge thumbs up. Also guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because if and only if we can hit 800k subscribers by the end of the month, we're doing a massive next-gen console giveaway. 3 next-gen consoles up for grabs. If we do hit that 800k mark, we can easily hit that if we just simply replicate the amount of subscribers we hit last December. So make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to click that subscription button if you haven't. With that said, it's simply time to start this draft. So obviously this is a fantasy draft in franchise mode, and thanks to, I wish I could remember his name, the same guy I shouted out in the last video where I used this roster, but this roster does contain over 100 NFL legends. Now, there are some current day players mixed in, some good ones, you know. It'll be fun to see the mix of players, and pretty much all these players have been brought back to their prime and when they're young. So it's just going to be so fun to see how this draft ends up. Like, there's so many players over 90 overall. Like, there's going to be some quarterbacks that are probably over 90 rated that don't even get drafted because of age and other things. Like, I'm just so excited to see how this draft ends up. So we're going to actually follow the first round, and then we're going to simulate the rest, and then we'll recap that, sim a season, see how it goes. With that said, let's click this button and start this fantasy draft. I'm so excited, dudes. Now, the only unfortunate thing is I really can't tell who got drafted first. Like, it's so stupid, but that's just how this stupid game goes. I can go one by one now, I think. Or no, I can't. I'm gonna have to just see at the end. Oh, it sucks. We can't go one by one. That's so stinky. But went ahead and just picked a player here to let me go one by one. That's gonna be so, like, stinky if we can't go one by one. But, like, that's just another thing I need to fix in Madden. I'll draft Peyton Manning here with the Tennessee Titans. Almost happened in real life, but he chose the Broncos instead. He is our pick. But no, it goes ahead and skips us all the way to our next freaking pick. That sucks so bad. Like, EA, like, I can't believe it's 2020, Madden 21, and in our fantasy draft, we can't even see who's been drafted. Like, I don't think there's any way you can see. Like, you go to transactions, you can see who gets signed and stuff like that. Like, you can see here who's got drafted, but you can't see what pick they were. You can't see what round they got picked. It's just so unfortunate how this stupid game is. And once this is over with, we can't, like, recap the draft. Like, why can you do that with the NFL draft within franchise mode, but you can't in a fantasy draft? Even in the actual NFL draft in franchise mode, you can't, like, see who got picked each and every pick until you're done with the draft. It's just so stupid, dude. I mean, at least we get to see Johnny Unitas just got selected. I'm so sad at this. Might as well, since it's a stinker, we'll just go ahead and skip to the end of the draft. I guess that's what we're gonna do. Skip to the end of the draft and then just recap the rosters from there. I apologize, I didn't think Madden 21 was that bad. Blame EA, not me. I had a great idea. But freaking EA Sports! $1 billion company. 3:33 a.m. Isn't that the time where aliens are supposed to abduct you? Bro, even on next gen, the stupid fantasy draft sim all the way to round 50, like, it's so slow. Are you serious? Oh, what a stinker we're having in this recording session. But we're gonna get through it. Well, at least I guess the draft is over with. So that's what a roster looks like after legends have been added into the league. 93 overall, 95 offense, 91 defense. So it looks like everybody's around like the 90, 93 mark. The Bills are at 97 rated? What the heck? I've never seen a team that high. Is there gonna be a 99 rated? We got some 94s, 93s, 94s. Like, how did we get so many teams at a 94 rated and then you have the freaking Bills at 97? Cowboys have a 97 offense, 93, 93, 96 is the 49ers, 94, 94, 94. So many 94s across the board, some 92s, another 94. The lowest overall we've seen so far is a 90. They only have an 87 offense. What happened to the Rams? Ravens out there to 92, football team 92, 94, 95, 92, 91. The Bills actually had a 99 offense. How did they get to be so good? Like, how did it actually happen? Now, another interesting thing I do want to see is who got left out there in free agency. Like, there's got to be some good players. Actually, not really. Okay. The only criticism that I do have for this roster is the fact that legends, like I said, Frank Gore, AP, they're not in their prime. Like, if it's a legend video, I feel like they should be in their prime, not what they are currently in Madden. Dan Marino went to the Giants. We have Peyton Manning as a Titan. Patrick Mahomes went to the Eagles. Tom Brady's a Lion. Joe Montana a Bingo. Brett Favre is a Buck. Russell Wilson a Raven. John Elway's on the football team. War Moon is a Dolphin. Daryl LaMonica is a Bill. Drew Brees is a Steeler. Jim Kelly is a Panther. Otto Graham a Bronco. Troy Aikman a Steeler. Oh, that one's pretty freaking funky. Steve Young is a Chief. Now, Steve McNair is a Brown. Drew Bledsoe is a Texan. Randall Cunningham a 49er. Johnny Unitas is a Jet. Bobby Hebert is a Seahawk. Kurt Warner is a Charger. Jim Plunkett a Patriot. Lamar Jackson is a Bear. Ken Anderson a Colt. Boomer, who is this? He's a Saint. Roger Staubach is a Raider. Bernie Kosar is a Cowboy. Mark Brunell is a Panther. Kerry Bradshaw a 49er. So we've seen the 49ers, I think, have 2 quarterbacks over 90 rated. Donovan McNabb is a Buck. Bob Greasy is a Bronco. Michael Vick is a Viking. Ken Stabler is a Packer. Joe Namath. You see the rest of them. Like, who are some? Aaron Rodgers, a Seahawk. Frank Tarkenton, a Raider. Who's some other standouts? Matt Ryan is a Saint. Archie Manning, a Falcon. Joe Theismann is a Ram. Deshaun Watson is a Cardinal. Tony Romo's a Cardinal. So who's going to start for them? Jay Cutler, a Giant. Doug Flutie, a Texan. There's just so many quarterbacks. Dak Prescott is a Packer. Carson Wentz, a Viking. Just so many quarterbacks out there in the universe. Now, running back position. Barry Sanders, a Seahawk. Walter Payton, a Panther. Jim Brown, a Saint. CMC's a Jet. Emmitt Smith, a Bronco. Chris Johnson went back to the Titans. Eric Dickerson, a Packer. Gale Sayers, a Jag. Bo Jackson, ooh, that's a funny one. Back to the Raiders. OJ Simpson, a Bengal. Tony Dorsett, a Giant. Terrell Davis, a 49er. LT, a Charger. That's another funny one. Back to his actual team. Eddie George, a Bill. Jamal Lewis, a Raven. Joe Morris, a Dolphin. Leroy Kelly, a Texan. Jerome Bettis, a Lion. Work Dunn, a Packer. Marshall Faulk, a Titan. So the Titans got Marshall Faulk and Chris Johnson. Marshawn Lynch back to the Bills where he actually initially played at. Derrick Henry, oh, I don't like this one. He's on the football team. Zeke's a Buck. Michael Turner's a Raven. Nick Chubb, a Lion. Corey Dillon, a Raider. Just you can see some of the other ones. Saquon, a Cowboy. We have Dalvin Cook, a Falcon. Edgerrin James, back to the Cardinals. So there's some cool ones like that out there in the universe. So you can see the rest of them. Ray Rice, a Saint. Now, last position I'm going to check out. Wide receiver. Randy Moss is a Raven. Calvin Johnson, a Packer. Oh, I bet Packer fans would love for this to be real. Like, imagine Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers throwing the football throughout their career to Calvin Johnson, and I guarantee he'd still be playing today. Jerry Rice, a Seahawk. Michael Thomas, a Jag. D-Hop, a Bengal. Terrell Owens, a Packer. Oh my, the Packers have Calvin and Terrell Owens. Antonio Brown in his prime on the Bills, where he got traded to, but he vetoed the trade. Tyreek Hill, a Bill as well. Oh my God, no wonder, dog. They're so good. Like, there's so many good receivers. Julio, a Dolphin. We have Steve Largent, a Falcon. Michael Irvin, a Colt. We have Lance Allworth, a Cardinal. Steve Smith, we got him. Devontae Adams on the Niners. We have James Lawson, Isaac Bruce, Fred Biletnikoff. Actually, the best wide receiver award in college football is named after this man. He's a Viking. Harold Carmichael, he's 6'8". He's a Lion. Chris Carter, a Bronco. Any huge ones? Chad Ochocinco, a Jag. Marvin Harrison, a Raider. Stephon Diggs, a Chief. Mike Evans, a Bronco. Keenan Allen back to the Chargers. Odell Beckham back to the Browns. Donald Driver, 49ers. It's so crazy seeing all these freaking players on different teams. It's just so weird. Wes Welker, another one, is a Cardinal. Now, last but not least, before we do the sim, I want to go team by team and just check out the best players from each team. And the Vikings, their best player, they have George Kittle. They have the best punter, maybe in NFL history, Ray Guy, Willie Brown, Michael Strahan, and Jason Taylor. Oh my God, what a D-line that is. And as we go over these rosters, I want you guys in the comment section below, let me know what team you think is the best and who you think ends up winning the Super Bowl. Like, we saw the overall went to the Bills, but overall doesn't mean everything. We've seen that in my rebuilds. I could rebuild up to a 95 overall team and still not freaking win the Super Bowl. Might not even make the playoffs with that team. Now look at this secondary for the Bears, dude. Dion, Ronnie Lott, and Cam Chancellor. Talk about the real Legion of Boom with Khalil Mack and Mike Singletary on that defense, bro. And Clay Matthews as well. That might be the best defense in the entire NFL here. Bengals, they got DeAndre Hopkins and Joe Montana, Mel Blount, OJ Simpson. Pretty solid team. Bills, let's look at their team. They have Dick, AB, Steve Atwater, Tyreek Hill, Daryl LaMonica, Mitchell Schwartz. So, I mean, Dwight Freeney. So, this team definitely could go all the way, man. That's a sick freaking offense. Broncos, Charles Woodson, Emmitt Smith, Otto Graham, Lawyer Malloy, Chris Carter. So, solid team as well. Browns, they got Jesse Tuggle, Tom Rathman. Once again, dude, that's just not a good picture for Eric Weddle, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got Brett Favre, Darrell Green, Cameron Jordan, John Stallworth. So another solid team here. Cardinals, I stopped saying that because every team's a solid team. Cardinals have Derek Thomas, Paul Krause, some other solid players. Actually, it looks like the worst team I've seen so far. Chargers, they got Tony Gonzalez, Walter Jones, Dick Butkus, LT and Kurt Warner. An offense that, I mean, look pretty balanced. Chiefs, they got Ray Lewis and Carl Mecklenburg. Who are you? And why did you draft two top middle linebackers? Anyway, they got Will Shields, Steve Young, Ted Hendricks. Like, they have so many good linebackers. Colts, Orlando Pace, Aeneas Williams, Michael Irvin, Travis Frederick, Cowboys, Mel Renfro, Paul Warfield. They actually don't look as good. They got Nami Asamoah, but they don't look as good as some of the other teams. Dolphins, they got Sean Taylor, they have Warren Moon, Julio Jones, Eagles. They got Pat Mahomes and Champ Bailey, Travis Kelce, John Lynch, Jack Youngblood. Falcons, they got their best players at fullback. Niners, they got Junior Seau, Dick LeBeau, Bob Sanders, Warren Sapp. So once again, that team is like loaded on the defensive side of the ball. Giants, they got Dan the Man. They got a franchise left tackle for him, David Bakhtiari, Lewis Wright, Lynn Swan, Tony Dorsett. Jags, they got Michael Thomas, Gil Sayers, Fletcher Cox. Once again, mid-pack what we've seen so far. Jets, they got a bunch of top-rated players. They got CMC, Rod Woodson, and Bobby Wagner. So this team with Luke Kuechly as well, Rodney Harrison too, and Gronk. This team, Jets, watch out for them. Lions, they got Tom Brady, J.J. Watt, Zach Martin, Mike Allstott, Pat Willis, another star-studded team. Packers, they got Calvin Johnson and Terrell Owens. That's insane. With Eric Dickerson at running back. Who's throwing in the football? Ken Stabler and Dak Prescott. Watch out for the Packers. They might have the best offense in the league, even though it does say the Bills have a 99 rated. Panthers, Walter Payton, Jim Kelly, Lester Hayes, Patrick Surtain, Maxie Bohan. Now the Pats, they got Ed Reed, Joe Thomas. I think Bill Belichick would literally have an orgasm at having Ed Reed. They got a really good offensive line. To add to that already good secondary, Ray Buchanan and Jalen Ramsey. Raiders, Aaron Donald, Lawrence Taylor. Okay, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. Like, no QB is going to want to play against the Raiders. Add to that, they got Antonio Gates and Bo Jackson running the football. Now, the Rams, Darrell Revis, Chandler Jones. Once again, middle of the pack, what we've seen so far. Ravens, Randy Moss, Russell Wilson. Once again, that's just going to be a crazy combination. You think Russell Wilson and DK's crazy. Imagine Russell Wilson and Randy Moss. Football team, John Elway, Brian Dawkins, Donnie Shell. So a good safety combo, but once again, middle of the pack, what we've seen so far. They have Richard Sherman, too. Now, Saints, Stephon Gilmore, that's so many 99s. Jim Brown, Troy Polamalu, that's just not good. That's just not Troy Polamalu, dude. Seahawks, they got Barry Sanders and Jerry Rice. That offense is going to be insane with Brian Urlacher leading that defense. Steelers, Bruce Smith, Kevin Green, John Randall. So once again, of course, they went defense. So who are they going to start at QB? Drew Brees or Troy Aikman? Now, Texans, Drew Bledsoe, Bobby Bell. This actually might be the worst team I've seen so far in terms of talent at the top. Back to my Titans. I want to make my prediction. It's got to be the Bears. So leave me your prediction in the comment section below. Let's check this out, dudes. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what team actually does good. Like, every team has a chance. Like, I know the Bills are 97, and there's some 90 rated teams, but they're all great teams. So, like, every team, I think, has a freaking even shot. I mean, they do. They all went through a freaking NFL draft together. The playoff bracket. Bears, prove me right. And I'm a goddamn genius, dude. Best record in the NFL is going to end up going to the Bears at 12-4. Chargers also at 12-4. So I'm not surprised there's no team that really went like 16-0 or 15-1. And I wouldn't be shocked if like there's not really anybody that did awful. Like I'm expecting like the worst team in the league to probably have 5 or 6 wins. And Cowboys at 4-12. So I mean, you normally see a team go like 2-14, have the worst record, 1-15, 4 wins, I mean, that's bad, obviously, but when you consider them the worst record in the league, it shows it was more even, which it should be. Now, who actually won the MVP? Is probably going to be somebody that we would never expect to win the MVP in a video consisting of legends. Lamar Jackson is the one to still reign supreme. He only beat out guys like Roger Staubach, but like to be fair, Russell Wilson was up there. Ken Stabler comes in 4, Randall Cunningham in 5, Boomer, once again, I don't know who you are, comes in 6, Peyton in 7, Otto Graham in 8, Brett Favre in 9th, and Steve McNair in 10th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Mike Singletary, and in the AFC, it goes to Ray Lewis. Now, I do want to check out some of these stats across the league as well. Johnny Unitas led the league, 4,700 passing yards. Lamar Jackson, 4,600 yards, 43 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. Russell Wilson had a good year too. Jim Plunkett and Drew Bledsoe, what happened to y'all? Both threw 19 picks. Tom Brady threw 18, and Patrick Mahomes, he struggled. 18 picks, as did Dan Marino threw 17 picks as well. Now, running the football. Barry Sanders led the league, 1,300 yards. Saquon's up there, as is Jim Brown, Jamal Lewis, and Bo Jackson. Most touchdowns on the ground. So go to LT with 13 and Emmitt Smith with 13. All these guys had pretty good years as well. Now, catching the football, Derek Mason, of all people, led the league, 1,400 yards. There's a lot of freaking yardage here. Michael Irvin had a great year, as did Reggie Wayne, Chris Godwin, Randy Moss, and John Stallworth. Most touchdowns through the year goes to Michael Irvin and Deebo Samuel. Like, that's just so random. Now, defensively, who balled out? Chris Hamburger. 25-year-old grown man laughing at a hamburger. He led the league, though, 146 tackles. Ray Lewis right behind him, only -3. Most sacks goes to John Randall with 17. Ed Jones had 16.5. DeMarcus Ware had 16. Most picks goes to Mike Singletary with 7. Now, I'm so excited actually to see who ends up winning the Super Bowl. I think Bears are definitely my pick. Come on, prove me right, make me look smart, and they don't make me look smart. Of course, it's Patrick Mahomes. Even though he didn't have a good year, like he threw 18 picks, yet he still led the team to the Super Bowl. Chargers, who is the Chargers quarterback anyway? Like, who are you? Who do they even have? I gotta check these two teams out really quick. They had Tony Gonzalez, Walter Jones, Dick Butkus, LT. Their quarterback was Kurt Warner, so that's a little funky. Now the Eagles, who did you have? Mahomes, Champ Bailey, okay, Travis Kelce, that's actually hilarious, and just now figure that out. They, reunited here in Philadelphia. Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce working together. John Lynch, Jack Youngblood, so obviously two good teams, but two teams I didn't expect, to reign supreme and make it to the Super Bowl. But with that said, there's no way Pat Mahomes does it. Like, when every quarterback in history is in the league, he gets blown the heck out. LA Chargers get the dub. If there was an NFL draft filled with legends, a guy named Dick won the Super Bowl.